everyone, WeaponCollector here. I've done another modded Maglite. This is a sort of, I'd say this is a better version than what I did, and well, I'll just talk about it anyway. The other ones I did I thought was pretty good, but I never really finished them properly, and I was never really 100% satisfied with them. I always thought it needed a little bit more work. Whereas this one's done now, and it's a cree LED. It's basically a torch within a torch. But what I wanted was something you could use for self-defense. And the problem with Maglites is they have strange batteries that I don't know if you can even get rechargeable ones, D cells. What do you use D cells for anyway? Hardly anything. So there's that, and they've got the old bulbs. And I know you can replace them, but I wanted to just make something with stuff I had. So what I've basically done is put a pen light in this, so it's now a 2 AAA 300 lumen flashlight with about 4 modes, I think. So it's more powerful than an original Maglite. It's got better batteries, and it's also got landing on it now. So I'll show you, and if you want to see it, I don't know how good it will show on this camera, because this is a bit rubbish, this camera, but if you want to see a better video of it on a tabletop, all the inside and that, I'll show you. But I'll show you that now, I just don't know how good it's going to look. So it's got a tail cap switch now. So it starts on sort of firefly, and then sort of medium, and then high. And if you do that again, you can get a strobe. So yeah, tail cap switch now, and a lanyard. I had to do a sideways lanyard, obviously because of the switch. But like I said, I just wanted something I could use for potential self-defense at night. And with stuff I've already got, so I've got a lot of torches. You know, I could have bought a cree LED adapter for this, and maybe something to change the batteries, but this is just easier for me to do. So what I basically did, I took the whole thing apart, and it just leaves like a plastic bit in the middle. I drilled that out so that the flashlight would fit inside it, and then sort of taped it, a lot of tape around both sides, if you know what I mean, so it won't move. But the plastic insert would move. So what I've done is I've got rid of that button, and in there is it's actually the button from a PSP, PlayStation Portable, and it was the perfect thing I wanted. What I wanted was a little sort of cap with a little bit sticking out. What that does, it holds the thing in, but you could just use a really short fat screw. So that's just taped around the black tape so you don't really see it so much. Lanyard is just, that's what I mean with this camera, I don't know how well this is shown. 2 holes drilled through with paracord and adjustable thing, you know. So to change the batteries, it's as easy as changing an old light bulb, you know, to these. So you just unscrew the top, and then there's the end. Sort of looks similar to the old Maglite lights, you know. That would be where the bulb is, then you unscrew that, take the bulb out. So all you need to do now is unscrew that, and there's your batteries inside. So that's that side, and then I'll show you the sort of switch end in a minute, how I've done that. And there's a couple of ways you could do this. How I've done this seems pretty good. I'm happy with it. I don't think I really need to do anything more to this. It's, you know, so it's basically a tube over the goes over the other torch. I used the existing spring. This is a button, spare button off an old through knot had. So basically inside here is a tube that goes around the old torch. I don't know if you'll even get to see it, but if you could see in there, you'd see the bottom of the torch. So basically it sits inside there, and then when you press this in, it basically just presses the button in. You don't need this now. I was going to originally have a spring going around it, but then I found this worked slightly better this way. You don't actually need a spring. The spring of the button would actually press it up, but I didn't know whether this would be too heavy and start weighing down on it. This just makes it so it's not touching the button and you're not pressing it. And then the other end, it's just a screw that goes in, screw with a little plastic thing around it, just pops in as the button, and then that goes over the torch, screw the end on, and it's ready to go again. So that's it, done really this time, you know. I don't really need to do anything to it. It's, you know, fully finished, and it was all with just stuff I've got anyway. You know, an existing torch, I had them scrap bits of metal. You know, now it's a decent Maglite, but I didn't have to pay anything to do it because I got the torches, you know, anyway. What I might do, I want to do another one with a slightly bigger torch. I've got one of those, a 4-fire one might work, I'll show you. One of these is sort of perfect. One of these would work really well in, and I'll tell you why it would work good. Because you want a torch where the top opens. So that way that can just be sitting inside like that little one, and you just take the top off. I'd have to adjust the reflector, but this one's perfect. That pen light fits perfectly in there. I didn't have to cut the reflector at all. You know, for this one, it would make it have a more powerful light, and it would have a more powerful battery, but you'd have to do a little bit more adjusting to the actual flashlight, you know. So yeah, if you want a bit of a more detailed but shorter video, I'll do a tabletop thing if you want. Right, so that is my modded Maglite. Right, I hope you enjoyed the video. I found it helpful. See you later.